got another incredible shock when my parents announced they were getting divorced. My mother chose to move to Israel, and my father stayed, seeking the American dream of money and success. As for me, even from a young age, I felt there was something more out there, a deeper connection, and I wondered what exactly it was. My life drastically changed during this period. I was thrown into a whirlwind of trips back and forth from America to Israel and Israel to America, flying those long distances on my own, making transfers as needed along the way. Imagine a little girl traveling so far by herself. I remember getting lost once in the airport in Amsterdam. It was terrifying. Thank God that Marie would meet me at the airport in New York. She met me every time and made sure that I found my way through the maze of security and terminals towards my connecting flights. Marie became a lifelong friend to me and to my own children till the day she died. It's a relationship I'll always treasure. Growing up torn between two worlds, Israel and America, presented tremendous challenges to me. I attended an endless number of schools and always had to make new friends. I was teased in America for being too Israeli and picked on in Israel for being so American. At the time, the two countries were worlds apart. In the U.S., homes all had telephones and TVs, but in Israel, you still had to wait 7 years to get a phone, and TVs were a novelty. Each neighborhood might have only 1 or 2 black and white TVs, which everyone gathered to watch. The social norms were very far apart as well. As a result, I often felt displaced, disconnected, feeling that the world was cruel and I must have landed on the wrong planet. As I grew up, my journey continued with the kinds of ups and downs most people have. Although today, many think I grew up privileged by wealth, that wasn't the case. My father went bankrupt several times, and he made his fortune after years of hardship. Being a great visionary and not giving up, he succeeded once he created Carnival Cruise Lines. I was already in my late 20s when success hit and the company went public, although ships were a part of my life from the time we moved to Miami. So after many years of back and forth and of serving in the Israeli army, I settled in Miami for a long haul of 16 years. I married my first husband and had my first 3 children in the States. Then, after years of being a full-time mom, I started our family foundation, the Arison Foundation, and was selected for the board of directors of Carnival. Next came an unfortunate divorce and the Gulf War, where my hours spent in Miami were consumed by worry. I worried terribly about my loved ones in Israel, my mom, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. These events put things in perspective for me, and I knew for sure that the place I wanted to be, the place I felt most connected to, was Israel. By this time, I had already met and married my second husband. Together with my 3 children, we moved to Israel in the summer of 1991, where my 4th child was born. Once again, it took a while to adjust to a new mentality. I found it was quite different having been a child living in a foreign country, as compared to trying to adjust as a woman and a mother to such a different lifestyle and mindset. Still, I launched a foundation and later a business. I reconnected with family and old friends and made new ones. I was happy and getting on with my life. But I still faced massive culture shock. Even the day-to-day things that we don't think of, such as banking, the rates of exchange on the dollar, the way people communicate or negotiate, were all so different from what I was used to in Miami. Not to mention the chauvinism I experienced for many years as I tried to make it in a male-dominated environment. As the years went by, I faced another divorce, another marriage, and yet a 3rd divorce, all along trying to understand myself and the life I was living. I sought out endless techniques, seminars, and lessons, and explored myriad doctrines of spirituality. I studied diverse teachings and read many New Age books. I learned and grew and learned and grew. One lesson was loud and clear. Life dishes out trials and tribulations to all of us. The question is what we do with them. No matter what I did, I always felt that I was learning my life's lessons the hard way, with a lot of emotional suffering, until one day a few years ago, I just got it. It was like a light bulb turning on. I felt illuminated. I want to do good. I want to think good. I want to feel good. I was so sick when this insight occurred, physically, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted from a lifetime of fighting. Fighting for what I wanted, whether it was getting attention from my parents as a child or fighting to accomplish my many visions and goals.